Okay. Okay. But I think we should be good. So, greetings everyone. Alright. So, for those of you who are joining us for the first time, my name is Byron. I am the lead GM with Greencastle Game Masters, which is now, I guess you could classify an affiliate with StartPlaying.games. And with me here is my good friend Howard and my friend Jen and her two boys, Jake and Drew. And we are playing D&D 5th Edition in a custom setting that I've created called Gema, A Call for Heroes. Now, this is our third session. We actually completed the first adventure last session. Howard.
Jawohl.
Pardon. Were you able to listen to the session 2 recording?
I'm ashamed to say I was not. I have been on that HV all day, more or less all day.
Okay, fair enough.
But my character would be aware of it, so...
Well, yes, and that's the thing, that was... I need you to be aware of it.
You did so good. Let me just tell you right now.
I'll have to learn through roleplay.
Man, you really came in clutch on stopping the rats from invading the top floors of the building.
Thank you.
You definitely spouted some words of encouragement. And then afterwards, after everyone picked their rooms, which, of course, is now changed because the inn has changed. Gotta love paradigm shifts.
Isn't that a sign that it's a living building and that we're all going to be consumed slowly like the pit of the Sarlacc pit?
That's one legend. It could just be that, reality is warping around you. I mean...
Or it's a phase structure and that we
don't do it right,
ate or drank.
I think we're all disregarding the fact that it could have just been an army of dwarvish carpenters who came in during the night and fixed everything.
Or elves. Elves with the shoes.
Unstructurally. You're right.
Yeah.
Right.
We all could be eating mushrooms and be collucid in the entire thing. So.
There was no doubt. It's just we're still at the campfire.
Oh, trust me. That thought had crossed my mind as to an excuse. Anyway. Alright, so, Howard, I'm going to move everyone to the Everett's Crossing map. Might take a moment or so to load because there is a lot on here.
Oh, it's so pretty.
So, what you will see, Howard, is I've named a lot of the buildings and whatnot. Oh, shoot, that's not in the right place. You and Evanok both were scouting out, getting the surrounding areas. Both you and Jin's characters were doing the same thing, mapping out the surrounding areas, trying to get, pick up on some of the rumors of what's going on in and around the village. You had also said that you wanted your character to try to meet up with a merc contact.
Yes.
Unfortunately, the only merc contact you really have in this town, or that you can have in this town, is the constable.
Oh.
Because the constable is retired military.
So it took an arrow to the knee?
No, actually. So if you want to roleplay out your initial meeting with him, we can, or we can just say that for the past couple of days, when you're not picking up rumors and scouting out the surrounding areas, you've been talking with him.
No, invoke or gloss over that I have been getting the lay of the land from him. And if he's the only merc here, that means it's not a particularly up and coming place.
Yeah. Let me actually switch everyone to the regional map, just so, Howard, you can get an idea as to...
The maps still look really good.
Thank you.
Good job.
I like the map, dude.
Thank you. Now, with the roles that Evanok got for her gathering of information. She got a lot of information on the fields of blood,
I so did.
which, of course, is kind of lorded over by Lord Drath. Oh, how do I pronounce his last name?
That's a weird last name.
Where is he?
It is
Hexatorus.
Oh, it got better. That was even more-
Drath Hexatorus. He is a known necromancer. He seems to leave Everett's Crossing alone, but his black carriage can sometimes be seen traveling the roads. And his messenger has come to town once or twice. Basically, a hooded figure. No one really knows who or what it is, but they try to give the carriage a wide berth whenever it's around.
They know who they work for, the necromancer.
Yeah. Any questions that you have, Howard, currently?
No.
Okay.
We finished our first mission successfully. Why are we
Yep.
still here?
We are here because we have to help the farmers. There have been a lot of mutilations and a lot of crazy things going on with their livestock, and we are investigating to further help the mayor figure out this crazy thing going on. And they've been like severely mutilated, and the goats are vanishing.
Goats specifically?
Mm-hmm.
I think game Chupacabra.
Oh, if it was only that simple.
For real.
So, okay. Well, I mean, part of the reason why you've been here is because your reward was a week's, room and board at the inn. Everyone should be seeing the map for the River Spout Inn. I put your characters in what rooms were available. In the terms of which characters in which room, I just stuck you all there. If you all want to change that real quick or anything, or prefer a different room, that's fine. If not, we can move on.
Do any of the rooms have a draft of some kind?
No.
This window pane, or maybe a...
Nope.
Then I don't care.
Okay.
It looks about the same.
Double bed.
'Cause at first I was going to be like, no, Howard, there's no secret doors. But then I was like, wait, you're an air genasi. You probably would want the draft.
That's why I was asking if there's a room
Yeah.
with the draft I was requesting.
But no, this is a well-maintained building, so there is no draft.
Probably blow a few holes in it before this is done.
Oh, I wouldn't be surprised. S-147.
Yes, sir.
If I remember correctly, you were... I know you were working with the constable in the terms of patrolling, but I seem to recall you were going out and patrolling at night anywhere, or at least the inn.
Yeah, basically, I was walking around the inn and anywhere along the road, like between the inn and the constable, but they were right next to each other, so it's not really all that far.
Okay.
Just to see if I noticed anything at all.
Okay. So, now, and you've been doing this for a couple of days, right?
Most likely, yeah.
Okay. So, I'm going to move you down to the first floor, which is the upper.
I'm no longer standing in front of the door. I learned how to open doors.
Yes, you know how to...
Now.
Okay. So, as is typical with the Tillmans, they are up, all 5 of them are up before dawn. Mrs. Tillman is getting the general store set up, while the Honorable Simon Tillman and his 3 daughters are getting the tavern part of the inn ready for the day's regulars and for meals for everyone, including you all.
Your schedule is quite efficient. Be proud of your mate.
Simon's like, I usually am, so thank you.
He
I
does
think.
the full body nod.
So, as everyone is busying themselves down here on the first floor and everyone else is still currently asleep, the constable comes in. And he sees S-147. He's like, I was actually hoping to catch you here. Are your comrades...
Constable Stanron.
Morning. Are your comrades awake yet?
No, they are asleep. We should go catch them.
If you could go wake them, I've got something I need your all's assistance with.
147 doesn't even wait. He just 147 begins banging on your doors. Hello, Kojir. Hello, Ivanov. Hello, Janari. Look,
We're trapped in our rooms. It's a horror show.
This turned into Saw. What is happening?
Let's play a game.
Put your paw in the bag. It's got needles in it.
Sorry. Okay. Try now.
Aha!
Ah, thank you. Oh, okay.
We all stagger out in the hallway, breathing heavily.
We're free!
Never again.
You seem to be haggard. Are you okay?
Somebody needs to check the locks of those rooms. I'm going downstairs. Okay, I'm sorry. Trapped into that void is a bit terrifying. I'm just letting you know. It's like every,
All right.
every time I go to breakfast in Outer Realms.
I'm still panting.
As you all come down, you see that the constable's waiting for you all. Ah, yes. Sorry to rouse you so early from your beds, but, I've got an issue that I think is more up your all's alley than mine. The Hetfelds, which are a farm and ranch to the north, have been having an issue with some of their cattle being slaughtered, as I believe at least Evanok had started hearing about.
In that cattle are not being slaughtered, or that they're being slaughtered, but they're not supposed to be slaughtered. Two entirely different questions.
They're being
Agreed.
What is
they're
that?
being preemptively slaughtered.
Do you mean dismantled?
Yes.
And not by their intended owners.
And unfortunately, as of apparently last night / early this morning, one of his sons
Has been
got
slaughtered.
yes.
Oh no.
Being not by the cows.
No, not by the cows. I have never seen cows be able to do what... Okay. I've seen war, and what I'm going to be showing you all is savagery. So...
How old is he?
17, I think, give or take.
No.
Wasn't his eldest son, but it was his next eldest. So, anyway, if you all want to have a quick meal before going, or if you want, I can take you right now.
I will grab breakfast together.
I don't think I can eat after that news.
Well,
Will
what
we're gonna look at make us sick enough to throw up breakfast?
Depends on your
quite possibly.
147 just tries to put a piece of bread or something in his faceplate. This unit has eaten.
I'm gonna walk over and take the bread out of his faceplate and put it in my bag.
This unit has no longer eaten.
Please lead on once degenerates.
Yes. I was going to say, Annabelle does bring out a quick, basically something a step above rations, because of the such short notice. But you all do get fed,
Butter.
and make sure your water skins are filled and whatnot. And he will take you to the farm.
Before that, Avanok will very profusely thank her for all that.
She just nods. My pleasure. Okay. And off we go.
Oh shit, I see an actual bar.
This was unexpected.
All right, so the constable does lead you toward the Hetfelt farm, which you are greeted at the. I mean, it takes. Doesn't take too long to get there, but I mean, it is a little bit of a hike. The constable leads you to the barn, as you see here, where the patriarch of the family, Mr. Billy Hetfelt, is waiting with his eldest son, Bobby.
Is it Bobby or Bobby?
Bobby.
Oh, I thought you said the eldest son's Bobby.
No.
Wow, that's grim.
And just to give an idea, I mean, Billy is pretty much the quintessential podunk farmer. You know, got a reed of hay in his mouth as you all come up. Constable, are these is this them? Constable nods. He's like, these are the adventurers that helped the mayor just last week. And it's starting to sound like this might be something that they'd be able to handle.
Hello. This unit has heard that there is a crime here.
Yeah, I'll say there is.
This unit requires access to the scene of the crime. And so do my companion and compatriot.
Billy looks to his son, and his son looks a little green around the gills, and he's like, "All right, go make sure Maul's all right." Bobby's like, "Yes, sir." Runs off. All right, follow me.
I do so.
And he, in no particular hurry, starts leading you towards some pardon me, some pinned off areas where some cattle are kept. And
What do you think it is? He asked the entire party. Like everybody. There's no engine.
I'll actually.
Could not guess until I see the bodies.
More rats, maybe.
Yeah. Bobby's like, Billy's like, this ain't no rats. My boys can deal with rats.
I like to be extra perceptive of
This was
everything
big.
that's around us.
Okay. Roll me a perception.
Our friendship. Ooh.
Not too bad. You can definitely tell the cattle are spooked, but they're starting to calm down. Whether that's a good thing or not, you're not entirely sure. So, okay. You all will be in the bottom right of this map once I get you up to it.
Bovine unit. You sent the most dangerous one in first. Go cheer.
Wow.
They'll never see it coming. I'm excited we get to do an investigation. I do not think the rat
Y'all
will
want to deal with this alone? I'm a mercenary. I don't care. If you pay me to stand here and watch you guys die, I'll be paid to stand here and watch you guys die.
No.
You were getting paid.
The long shot, you'd make more money from the
Actually.
snot guy.
Well, I mean, you get paid more money yourself not dying.
No. The higher the chances of survival, the higher the chances of success.
Oh, my chances of survival increase dramatically if I'm not putting myself into danger.
Fair enough.
So Billy's like, well, there you are.
Well, detectives and calling him Watson.
So I take a look at what am I seeing? Giant blood trails, entrails, offal, that sort of stuff, and the putrid smell of, freshly rotting flesh. Slaughtered flesh.
No, it hasn't gone putrid yet, but there's definitely a coppery blood smell.
Odor of slaughterhouse? Fair enough.
And only, what's to say, at initial glance, all you're really seeing is just a lot of blood. You all, everyone, give me a perception roll. Let's see what you all can find by scouting the area.
Ask if after we do perception, if I can roll an investigation, if I can see like the where it came from or where it went, the direction it went.
That wouldn't really be investigation.
I'm taking note in how the brother is acting nonchalant about his own sibling being mutilated.
No, the brother's not there. That's the
I'm
father.
sorry. How nonchalant the father is acting about his own child being mutilated.
So it looks like Jinhari and Kojir are the ones that actually spot anything. And since your guys' rolls are close enough... Okay, so... as far as you can tell... whatever it was started up here at this rock. Guessing that's probably where the young lad was standing, keeping watch. He apparently was armed with a spear, which is now over here. And it does look like that he was able to stick whatever attacked him, but apparently that really didn't do much in the way of good. His arm then got severed, and with some struggling, he got dragged this direction, where his leg got bitten or torn off, and flung over here.
Was the arm severed or torn? Big difference.
Arm was severed. Leg was torn.
Okay, that changes things.
Okay.
And looks like after the leg, the boy got dragged off to the west into the woods.
Avanock is glad she didn't eat.
Well, as I say, it wouldn't be an investigation roll. It would be a perception check. Investigate would be like you canvassing a neighborhood and, looking up
I was looking
clues.
more along the lines of like at a crime scene, how you're looking through, like just looking through stuff to see if you can.
Yeah, that's perception.
something like that.
At least that's what I classify as perception. Also, before anyone else makes a roll, let me remind you all of your uglies.
Yeah.
Avanock, you currently have 1. Howard has 2. S147 has 3, and Kojir has 1. As a reminder as to what they do, you can spend an ugly to gain advantage on a roll, which basically means you roll 2d20 and take the highest. And if I remember correctly, I did say I would allow you all to do that even after your initial roll.
In that case, I'm just gonna keep going around and mind if I roll another perception?
Go right ahead. Okay.
It's like any kind of like
Well, it's kind of easy to tell what direction it went because of the blood trail leading into the woods. Huh? Yeah, actually. I will say because of the course of events that transpired over here, although it's smeared and messy, but you think you do see a partial print that would obviously not be the boy's.
So we have a separate...
Buying like it's bigger than him, or it's got like toes or something.
It is not a boot.
Not a boot. Okay. Oh, in that case.
So we have a severed limb, a torn off leg, a spear that did nothing, boy's bodily dragged, what's left of him dragged into the woods, and we have prints that are not the boy's boots. Is that what you're saying?
Yep.
If it required adjustment, wouldn't it come back to the leg?
Depending. Do you happen to know how much force it takes to rip a human leg off?
May I run like an intelligence for that?
Sure.
18!
Yes, apparently S-147 knows exactly how much force it takes to physically rip a human leg off.
I'm Googling it right now.
Suffice to say, more than any
FBI, for those watching, this is just for game.
Oh, the stuff I've had to look up for game has got 3 watch lists.
Liz, and I both agree with you on that, considering...
It takes exactly 400 newtons of force to break a typical human femur.
That's to break it. That's not to rip it clean off. As I would say, it takes incredible force to rip off a human body part. Horses pulling apart can do it, given a little bit of meaning. For a being to do this, we are speaking of a creature of incredible strength. Either that or incredible savagery to rip through the tendons first before severing the limb.
Its build must be impressive.
You would have to have some kind of very sharp claws.
Exactly. Strength, sharp claws, or teeth.
It's beautiful.
I'd like to roll perception for the direction that the body was dragged.
Westward, into the woods.
I know that, but any clues or any type of
like a direction into the woods.
Not,
prints that would be associated that are not of the child.
not until you enter the woods.
Okay.
What time of day is it, GM?
The sun is just coming up.
We have a full day to hunt this thing in the daylight, or at least in the cover of the trees. Are we doing this?
Aye.
I definitely want to.
This needs to be apprehended.
S-147, I suggest you take point.
Indeed. This unit
Go.
is a sturdy mix.
Co. Try to make sure we don't get ambushed from behind.
Put my paw up to my forehead. I get it.
The constable is, for starters, I will make sure that you all get compensated for this in some shape, way, or fashion. I'm going to actually see if I can't track down our woodsman. Come to think of it, I don't think we've seen him for a couple of days. Of course, he's a woodsman. That really isn't that
Someone
odd,
who
but
knows the area would be of great use.
While you're doing that, we're going to follow the giant blood trail into the woods.
all right. If I do get a hold of our woodsman, I'll send him your way.
Yes, just tell him to follow the giant blood trail.
Yeah, right.
Good.
And
S-147, on you.
say Billy, the farmer spits, and he's like, "Capture nothing." Okay, that I heard. He's like, "Capture nothing. I just hope you kill it."
Oh, I want to kill it all right.
I look at the constable. Do we get paid more for bringing it back alive, or is this a dead or alive situation?
I think this is going to be probably more of a dead or alive at this point.
All right, then we can kill it. Let's go.
Okay.
It does not seem to have reason. Dead will suffice.
No, but it's got some rationale. It's got a hunting mindset.
How did Jinhari get upside down?
Yeah, I was about to ask that.
Kill.
skill.
Pure, unadulterated skill. I'm also like an air genie. Well, descended from, so gravity doesn't work on me as well as it does on the rest of you.
Ah
If your face
he's
is close to
upright
the ground,
I think it only matters as long as he's vertical for him.
Okay, so you all are entering the Dark Forest.
That's an unfortunate date. Can't it just be like the forest of nothing ever happens, or the forest of casual strolls? Why is it dark forest?
Well, what would be the fun in that?
I was about to say, but the Dark Forest is so much more epic. What are you going to be the Baron of? The Dark Forest or the fucking casual stroll forest?
Okay, as a player, if I was going to the forest of casual strolls and came across an inn in the middle of nowhere called the Snuggly Duckling, I would be hella suspicious.
I can agree with that.
All right. As you enter the dark woods, it doesn't take long for you to understand why it is called the Dark Woods. The foliage and canopy of the trees is so thick that it is pretty much almost nighttime again in the terms of light level. As the sun, of course, as the sun rises, that does change a little, but it's probably going to be advisable for you all to, for aside from Kojir, someone to light a torch.
I'll light it and hold it. And as I'm doing so, well, you can't prosecute the false advertising. Light the torch. I will stay.
Reminds me.
I will stay behind you, S1, 47, so as to keep the light directly out of your grill.
This unit is very thankful. The grill is very delicate.
Oh, and Howard, since you weren't here for that, I actually double-checked. Kojir is the only one of the group that has dark vision.
I imagined.
This reminds me of both.
Now, normally I'd send Kojir up front because he's the better scout and he has dark vision. But the last thing I want is to send the Kojir up front and then just to hear a loud squelching sound and a shriek and then no more scout. So I'm gonna send the tank up front because at this point.
Who built that?
Yeah.
I used to live in the jungle,
So we enter the darkened woods.
I think everyone should we start rolling perception again?
Not just yet.
I
Kind
was
of.
found in a woods as an egg.
Was it dark?
Why would she build
Woods, not the egg. I'm assuming the egg was dark. Inside.
But I'm gold.
I think
I'm
she's
not
rather
dark.
bright.
Was the egg self-lit inside? That seems rather strange.
No, I'm.
So it was
I'm
dark
not-
inside the egg.
Yeah, it was. The
The
woods.
woods, were they dark?
It was more like a jungle setting, so there was a lot of foliage.
Jungles. So you and Co.
Well, that's funny because I was raised by his kind, so.
Like,
Thieves?
gay? His
Hmm?
ears perk her up.
You were
Yes.
raised by thieves.
No, I was raised by tabaxi.
Oh,
Yeah,
that makes more sense.
That's a common misunderstanding if you're saying me, people. We're the Xiao Kote. They're smaller. We're not as big as the Tabaxis.
So tabaxis make dragons?
No, just
No.
right.
No.
Okay.
Do they? That would be crazy.
Well, hang on a
Well, I
second.
mean-
Hang on a second. How do you know they didn't steal you as an egg? I mean, we're getting back to the whole thief thing.
That's
Yeah,
true.
well enough, though.
There's a possibility that I could have just been lied to my entire life after I was hatched and raised lovingly by a group of beautiful cats who have taught me everything that I know. This is true.
And I have seen religions do the same thing.
Well, I guess that's why I'm on the path of knowledge, so I can eventually find out.
Anyone familiar with this religion? Can you explain it to me?
A bunch of people who usually follow similar ideology that like to harm or kill people who do not have the same ideology.
Well, no, not
Oh.
every religion is like that. that?
It sounds like they're programming.
That sounds like a caravan.
Sounds like an army.
I can see that.
You were what by caravan?
I was raised by a caravan.
Ah, see? Religion.
Mm.
I was also, but we had
But
a
you
lot
knew.
of different views.
Caravans are just a structure of vehicles that are used for traveling merchandise.
Or the people and beings.
You were thinking of a crusade.
Whoa! What?
Also religious.
Are you telling me I was a crusade? We didn't have any cards. We just went around entertaining people.
Enoch will remember this.
Entertaining?
Yes, he pulls out his loot. Of course. Bring.
He would belong to Ron.
His eyebrows go up and then up again. Anything else?
Okay then.
As much as I would love a song in the middle of this dark, and she uses in air quotations, dark forest, no.
You know, I would say we don't want to bring attention to ourselves, but I have a torch and we are following a giant suit of armor that's clanking through the underbrush, so I think that's out the window.
What's your name? Oh, you have violated the law.
Just shouts out into the fucking forest.
Ah,
I'm glad I have a dark coat.
I'm actually glad I'm not the tallest one for a change.
I'm not glad at very much right now.
Alt.
Be proud of your build. But seriously, who built this? Does not add any structural or practical advantage.
You said looking at the forest around them.
Well, forests are naturally growing. Although if you ask certain religions and druids and whatnot, they believe that there's an intelligence behind it. I've seen people talking to trees. I find it all very silly.
Considering druids on this world go nuts, I don't think many people have talked to them.
I mean,
Well,
they
I mean, if you're sitting there talking to a tree, you're pretty nuts.
No, I mean,
I've seen some big trees that I've never seen them talk.
Judaism is generally looked down upon in Islam.
Pretty much everywhere. Be that as it may. Oh no, we're just crunching through the underbrush. I mean, there's no point being stealthy at this point. I have a giant torch in the middle of darkened woods, which means anything can see us from, like, I don't know. Well, however far you can see a torch in a darkened wood.
30 feet? I mean, is it misty? Is there...
Yeah, there are a lot of factors. I mean, terrain could be behind a hill or a ridge,
Yep.
there's trees.
like large ferns.
Big ass bushes.
now everyone give me a perception check.
Yeah.
Holy cow.
Holy shit.
Mom sees that shit.
I felt it.
Not I have dark vision.
I see a giant glowing ball in front of my face.
As I say, apparently Howard is staring into his own torch.
Well, I mean, if you carry a giant source of light into a darkened woods, you don't actually see much. That's why you never stand like behind a campfire when you're on picket duty. You always stand with it to your back.
Mm-hmm. All right. So, obviously, your rate of travel slows as you enter the woods. The foliage is very thick. The air is noticeably cooler, a little damp because of early morning. You also notice that the torch actually isn't producing quite as much light as it should. I mean, it's still effective, but just not as far.
Don't worry, your warmth is fading.
I tap the stick a couple of times to see if I can get the rattle of the batteries.
Do I need to proceed for Arcana?
No.
Check Georgia's. Check Vince bag. He might have a couple spares back there.
Yes, the torch has batteries. All right. Evanok is actually the one that whether by luck or expertise, is able to find and follow the trail.
Well, I've been running around a lot all my life, so I'm going to say luck, but it might be because I've just been, raised this way.
It's entirely possible.
You are a forest wizard.
You also notice, Evanok, that you're definitely dealing with the tracks you're following, aside from the blood trail, is looks to be a rather large wolf paw print.
So we're looking at something as large as, say, a dire wolf?
Well, you're not seeing enough paw prints on the trail for a quadruped.
So we're looking for a three-legged dire wolf.
No.
Oh God! She freezes up a minute and then she looks back slowly and she goes, "Werewolf?" Question mark.
Very possibly strong enough to rip or tear the arms off.
The
Full-grown
rats
man.
have gotten bigger.
Wolf where? I don't see one.
Kojir, with your role, you get the feeling you're being watched.
I'm starting to not like this place.
Starting to? Any particular reason? The blood? The fact there might be werewolves? Dark?
Yeah, a little bit of that, but I don't feel like we're alone anymore.
I agree.
Oh, goody.
This place lacks strategic advantage.
Does
I'm gonna
the
take
term
off my mace.
For us,
does the term circle up mean anything to you guys? I mean, is that back to back circle up?
that is
I'm
a
going to slowly back into 147.
147 pulls out his greatsword.
that is
pull
a
out-
tactic used when overwhelmed. This unit is aware of it.
I'm just going to let you know I can't cover much of your back. You're a lot
All
taller
right.
than me.
Do you guys have torches?
Yes.
Light them, throw them out, make a ring of light.
I do have a sword.
Yes.
And I instruct everyone where to toss the torches to make a ring of light.
All right. Okay. So, Howard,
Yes.
you have 4 torches. Let's strategically lay out your group. Or at least tell them where to go.
Alright, so this is our area.
It's where you currently are, yes.
And if Jinhari's up front, then this is where we fight from.
Where do you need me?
Jinhari would probably be further on the path, and then the rest of us just sort of, pick a side. Kojir would have been down here. Jinhari would have been up here. Or sorry, not Jinhari. S147 would have been here.
Yeah.
So basically, torches out in front of us gives us, for room to move. I mean, they can come at us from around trees, but at this point, I mean, we have them, certain places for them to bottleneck.
Yeah.
I mean, they may drop from trees, but there's nothing we can do about that. And then we prepare, since an army marching is much more vulnerable than an army, I won't say dug in, but prepared.
Alrighty. So, shall we roll perceptions again?
Sure.
Hold on a second. Oh, okay.
Give me a moment, and we'll try.
Damn it.
Yeah. Can I use one of my uglies?
You can if you want. Pardon me. You should be able to, like, click and drag. There you go. I will take care of that. And go ahead and roll me another.
Will do. My stuff is lagging.
You and me both, brother. You and me
That's
both.
been 15. Ah, only one better.
Yep. Well. So, yeah. Everyone is looking out into the woods after taking up a tactical position.
So everyone is taking up position.
Looks like it's me.
Excellent. I clear my throat. I give a little whistle. Here, doggy, doggy. Come on.
Oh.
She's gonna look back at him and be like,
Oh. Oh, Howard.
And we have bones. Lots of them.
you know, we're not
No,
trying.
guys, it's like this. Hush! You'll violate the law. You will face your prosecution now. It's more like that.
Would you rather them jump out from behind you or drag you down path? Better them attack us here where we at least have some advantage.
This unit is very heavy.
Okay.
You guys are awesome.
We didn't tell him what to do if he didn't come back.
They'll probably just sell our gear, whatever we left behind. Do we see him coming yet?
Nope.
Great meeting with you guys.
Can 147 light another torch and throw it deeper into the ahead?
Sure.
I do that.
Give me a ranged attack roll, please. Yep.
Hang on, if he starts to do that, before he does that, I'm gonna hold up a hand before you throw that away. How high? And I gotta check. See, this is why I have to check. How high does levitate go?
Nah. Good question. One moment.
Hey, look.
Yes, please do.
Up to 20 feet. I'm like, hey, hand that torch to me.
147 does so.
I step onto the air and run up 20 feet, and I start moving around between the trees at a height of 20 feet.
Okay.
Using my using my Mingle with the Wind. You can cast the Levitate spell once with this trait, requiring no material components, and you regain the ability cast this way when you finish a long Constitution or spell casting ability. So I need to roll a Constitution to do it, but that's my plan.
Okay.
What do I need to actually cast it? Attack, con, save? I don't know. So I have to beat whatever the con save thing is, correct? I'm not sure what it is about casting it on oneself. Because it's not normal.
I was to say, if you cast it on yourself, I don't think you need to roll anything.
There you go. Then I jump up and I take one of the torches, and I will, and it lasts for quite some time, so I will move. I'm assuming it moves my current pace. I'm just checking. The object can move only by pushing or pulling against a fixed object within reach. Trees, which allows move or climbing. You can change target's attitude by 20 feet either direction on your turn if you target. So yeah, so I have to move from tree to tree. So I start one tree, and I will go to the next tree, and I will just keep doing that however you wish for me to do it.
Go right ahead.
So I start from this tree, then I move to this tree at 20 feet.
Okay. Give me a perception check.
Cool. Will do. Of course, none of y'all have ever seen me just like jump up and run through the air before. Yay!
You have a very impressive build.
Hey, I don't know how he does that. That's crazy.
Okay.
That is illegal in drawing.
That it is.
Too many people got caught in the turbine.
Is it safe to call you a bird now?
I'm a Jinn. Get it?
Okay. Not seeing
know.
anything at this point, Howard. So.
I believe it is safe to move forward. We do not want Jinhari to be flanked.
I shut down. Hold your position. Let me scout. Okay. Roll another one.
No. When you get to your next tree, most likely then.
How does one flank the wind?
Do not flank it. I shut down. You merely break it.
Turbo.
Oi.
Ooh!
Wow.
Really? Alrighty.
Jinhari, what's your GIC?
I'm like, clever. Hang on.
Like your eye, like it goes into your eye, but then like it zooms through the forest and like goes on the sweat pore of the dog.
What the fuck?
Creating data for joke protocol.
They didn't even explain it to you yet.
You just hear a dial-up noise.
And this is we're in the forest. You cannot get reception. Ha ha.
I was gonna say like
Okay.
cicadas just start going along with it.
What is the range of thrown weapons, by the way?
That depends on the weapon.
A torch.
I believe like an improvised weapon usually has a range increment of about 10 feet. Okay, so yeah, you see some motion over here, Howard.
Excellent. So, you said it was to throw as a ranged attack, correct?
Yep.
So let me just see. So this should work. Don't worry about the damage. I'm just doing it for the throw. There we go.
Not a problem.
There we go.
We believe in you.
Although -2 because
So
you're not proficient.
all right.
But about where were you aiming for?
Well, you said it can only go 10 feet, correct?
Well, it's 10 feet per range increment. Basically, out to 10 feet is no penalty. Now, granted, this may be different in 5th edition, but at least at 3.5, it was, 10 feet, no penalty. Another 10 feet.
Well,
I'm also elevated to 20
yeah, I
feet.
was about to say. So,
Okay.
So wouldn't that add?
Yeah.
There's a lot that goes into
Yeah. You know what? I'll say you can throw it up. With that roll, you can throw it out about 30 feet.
And I want it. Hang on a second. Oh, give me my apologies. I'm just trying to do this all.
That's
this
okay.
change computer. I'm going to throw it there.
All right.
Permission to move it there.
It lands there.
And I shout down. Something sighted.
Hey! The hell is your problem?
We should move forward with caution.
Yes, grab your torches. Make your way around the tree.
Is 147 able to like just rest his greatsword in one over his arm with the one hand and carry the torch with the other one?
Yeah.
So, by the way, I'm totally Peter Panning it. Like I'm like literally have one hand resting on like one of the tree branches while I'm just sort of hanging. And anyway, so I tell them all to march in the same direction, and then I tell them to aim for where I dropped the torch, and then to fan out, and then from distance question the individual.
Yeah. So as you guys are advancing, this gentleman comes from around the tree holding his hands up. He's like, hey, friendly here.
Are you the woodsman
I
that
narrow
was
my
sent by the
eyes.
constable?
Aye.
Can I insight that?
I
Sure.
want to insight it too.
All right. Everyone roll insight. Better.
Quick question. Before he actually came out, could I have hid behind the tree? Just.
I'd say you're pretty well out of line of sight for him. So yeah.
I was
I'm
going to
just
say,
gonna-
you can't.
I
I
want
know
to
what
stay out of sight for the moment.
That's not SDO's behind Jacob's TV causing chaos.
Yeah, he was trying to get my attention in here, so of course I went in there.
I will look down at
Give me a stealth roll,
Okay.
Kojir.
While all this is going on, I will look down at Evanok and be like, don't trust our eyes. Trust your senses. Let us know if this guy's legitimate.
I'm gonna look back at him and nod, like, oh yeah, gotcha.
And from what the two of you rolled, yeah, he's telling the truth. He's like, name's Nathan Birch. Constable sent me to find you all.
Jin, is this what you spotted?
Indeed, you're a woodsman named Birch.
Yes.
Good to know. We are hunting wolves.
he's just like, the jokes can commence. Trust me, I've heard them.
I am a half Jin named Jen. I understand. Moving
This
on.
unit growth protocol is not adapted enough for that.
Anyway, we are on the path what we believe to be werewolves. We followed the trail to here into the aptly named Dark Woods.
Yeah.
Any assistance you might be able to provide?
I can certainly try.
Well, somewhere around here, the body of one of the farmer's boys was dragged through the woods, leaving a fairly nasty blood trail, which we have somehow lost. If you know these woods in particular, knowing where their farm is, where might the lair of large wolves be? We only presume them to be werewolves. It could be a three-legged direwolf or something else entirely.
And
Three-legged
incidentally,
dire.
does this happen often around here? Since there's like,
There was an invasion of rats recently in the inn. Perhaps the rats got bigger.
Okay. One thing at a time here, people. Okay, well, I could tell you where, like, I mean, I know where there's a pack of wolves that lives in this woods, but they're all normal sized.
Definitely not a normal-sized wolf. And I agree with Evanok. The farmer seemed rather nonplussed that his son was torn apart. So is this a common occurrence?
Well, I know for the past couple of months, he's been losing cattle.
He seemed very concerned about the loss of cattle, not so much about the son.
Well, Hetfeld doesn't exactly really show much in the way of emotions, period. So...
Excellent. You were saying you could lead us to where there might be werewolf lairs?
Well, I could, like I said, I could lead you to where there is a wolf pack around here. The only area I could think of where, unless it freaking made its own den, would be up to the base of the mountains, which is he points this way, in this direction.
Allow me
Oh,
to...
here, actually, no. Here, hang on. Do one better. He points that way.
Allow me to recover my torch. And then we will follow you.
We should grab those. They could catch a light.
Doubtful in these woods, at least this time of year.
Also, S147, I have a strange request.
What is that?
In my current state, I need a tether. Would you mind?
I understand.
147 immediately reaches into his backpack and grabs out damn it. Okay, I just grabbed the hemp up. I thought I had a pair of shackles with me.
So I want you to understand that I'm going to get the light, and then I'm totally going to just bob at the end of his rope, like a weird blue balloon.
How long does levitate last?
10 minutes.
Okay.
One of those Japanese magics.
I will keep it up until I eventually drift back to the ground.
Yep.
I fastened I make a little knot with the rope so that he can tighten himself with.
I just hold one end, you hold
throw
one
it
end.
up to him. Oh, you're just gonna hold one in?
I'll hold one end, you hold one end. I just get my torch.
In that case, actually, I use the side that I tied and just wrap it around my arm so I can use both hands with my great sword. The sun rises.
Also, Mr. Pine, you're more than welcome to use that.
Birch.
I'm sorry, Mr. Oak. Feel free to use the torch.
Birch. It's Birch.
Oh, yes. My apologies.
What kind of serial number is Birch?
Well,
One made of blue woods.
question. Do any of you all have any silver on you? Because if you're really thinking this is a werewolf, and you don't have silver, you ain't prepared, and I ain't leading you anywhere.
This unit agrees. This unit does not have silver equipped in its equipment.
Are there any local homesteads we could rob for their silverware? They would have to be upper class.
Your best bet would actually be back in town.
Very well. Lead us back to town so we can acquire silver.
That I can do.
Excellent. And don't forget the torches. They cost money.
I'm not an idiot.
I was actually referring to... Never mind.
When 47 just kind of just uses his hand to put out the fire of the torch that he's holding.
Either way,
Am I able to add that back into my inventory, or
Yeah.
Torches are multiple use. I mean, unless you
Yeah.
just let it burn down to nothing.
Okay.
in that case, when 47 grabs both of his torches, then
And I'll continue to bob along until the spell, and then I'll drift down and thank 147.
As I say, shortly after you start following him back to town, yeah, you start bobbing down. Okie dokie. So yes, you have arrived back in town.
Ivanov, you investigated earlier. Do you know where our highest chances of acquiring silver may be?
I do. There's this smithy along the way. Jewelers always have silver on them.
Stop. Everyone just freeze for a second. Who is this smithy run by?
This unit cannot freeze, as it is not a liquid.
No, out of game. Am I looking at the map right? Is the
Yeah.
silversmith's name Wolf?
Wolfgang.
I'm out. I'm out.
Burger.
That's it. I'm done. And so I will turn to Evanok and the name of this smith.
Did we acquire of the name of the dead child?
She's going to suddenly turn a pale yellow and look over slowly towards him and be like, Wolfgang Burger?
Oh
And
my
then get
God.
really nervous and kind of shrink back like,
S-147,
Burgers?
the victim's name was Jeffrey.
If we say Jeffrey to his face, we can see if he feels guilt.
Master Willow, are you suggesting that the silversmith in the town is named Wolf?
That is his nickname, yes. His full name is Wolfgang Burger.
his
If
last
you
name
like-
is Burger.
Here,
I seem to see some potential issues with this, but lead
Well,
on.
you could talk to Master Tillman. I mean, I'm sure the inn's got some silver too. I don't know if they're going to be willing to part with it.
She's going to
Tillman
reach
Farmer.
over and she's
Master
gonna point,
Tillman's the mayor.
She's going to point at Jen and go, the Tillman runs this general store and the Tanners run the tailor. I'm putting it all together now. Oh my God.
we should ask the constable for a warrant to repossess their silver temporarily.
You know, that makes a lot more sense, because Master Crabhouse was shoveling. Never mind. I head to the silversmith.
I love how we can hear Jen in the background.
Just exactly. That's funny.
As you all approach, you see that. Actually, let me give a quick sec. I'll move the names and whatnot out of your all's ways. The front door is actually over here, but as you approach, you see that this whole area here is under this side roof is open because that's where the forge is.
Well, by the way, guys, I'm not going in the building. Just, I need everyone to understand that. I'm not going in.
I'm not either.
So,
walking towards the building.
What's wrong?
As-
I thought they had wolf burgers.
as you approach, you see a stout, very muscled dwarf, bald, but of course, long beard that is currently underneath his leather apron. And he's not wearing a shirt under the apron, so you can see, his scarred muscles. And he's banging away at something. Young for a dwarf, sees you all and walks up. Good day, sirs, ma'am. I am Lucas, apprentice to to Master Burger. Sir, what can I do for you?
I look over at Evanok. Since you've been sussing the town, perhaps you should take point.
147 just looks at them both and says,
Jeffrey.
and can I insight the reactions of hearing the name Jeffrey?
You don't have to roll, because he just kind of looks at you like, huh?
Thank you for
I will-
confirming.
I will slowly walk up to him and kind of bow a little and be like, greetings. We are actually in need of your services. We seem to be tracking some possibly dangerous creatures, and we were wondering if you had any silver available.
He kind of stops for a second. It looks like he's kind of thinking things over. One moment. He comes over. Dad!
She's just gonna jump when he screams. She's a little nervous.
The large dwarf turns around. What is it that you got? Boy, come here and take over. I remember. Keep your rhythm. Keep your sight. Lucas is like, Dad, I know. He's a kid. So this
She's a very smart wolf.
dwarf strides up to you all. What do you want?
Greetings. My name is Avanok, and this is my party, and we are currently hunting some very dangerous creatures, and we are wondering if you have any silver available that we might be able to procure, maybe for a extremely low price. We're working for the mayor, by the way.
There may be a werewolf with this.
Or a three-legged dire wolf. We haven't pulled that out.
We are investigating the death of Jeffrey.
Jeffrey. Which Jeffrey?
The one that's dead.
The farmer's son.
This is a farming community. You're going to have to be a little more specific.
The farmer,
Billy's
your son.
son. Billy's son.
Oh. Headfelds. Headfelds. Yeah. Oh. Shit. Jeffrey. Really? How?
Yeah,
Technically,
Oh,
wait,
damn.
wait. Technically, we do not know that he's dead. We do know that he had an arm and a leg ripped off and was dragged into the woods by a monster that we believe to be either a werewolf or three-legged dire wolf. But we
And-
cannot confirm that he is dead as of yet.
Jinhari,
Or-
do you know if their makes usually survive dismantling?
Oh. No, S40 or 47, they don't.
We should retrieve his data.
It's not that easy. But back to the silver. We could really use your help.
Right.
Got beautiful red hair.
What the heck was that?
What?
I was like,
No, in character, the cat just pipes up with a red hair comment.
No, that was shit.
that was me. That was true.
What?
that wasn't even
That was
trying
the
to
robot.
make voice at all. Like I was just making the joke, like, oh, he's got beautiful red hair.
Oh my god, that was just out of so nowhere.
I need to mute myself when I randomly do jokes like that.
Oh my god, sorry, my apologies.
Sorry. No, I'm
It's all right.
feeling everything.
Now it's not time to profile him. Shh.
Okay. He's like, well, yeah, we've got some silver. Kind of looks at you all. I'm guessing you're one that forged into some weapons.
147 holds out his great sword.
Is there enough to line this?
Maybe just that.
Maybe some bolts. I have I have bolts for my crossbow. Maybe we can
Oh.
get like some silver tips.
That's a possibility.
He has some arrows.
Everyone should have at least 10 gold. Dwarf is like, I'd say I might be able to make maybe a batch of bolts, maybe some daggers. Oh, by the forge! I can't believe I'm about to say this.
Can you make a sharp plate?
What the one you probably want to talk to
It's
would
a
be
witch. It's
the witch.
Now, hang on a second. With the naming conventions in this town, is that her name, her job, or both?
Resignation?
That is her preferred title. Her name is Aliana.
She's out there by going towards the marshes.
But is she an actual witch?
Yes.
Yes.
She's well known in the South for being a witch. In fact, if someone can't get cured of something, they go to her first.
She
Or
is
last, actually.
Yeah, I
she
was
is
gonna ask.
she is rather her specialty is potions and other things, but
They should see a trained physician.
Very well. We're off to see the witch. What is the town's name? Does this town have a name?
Have we found the yellow protection?
Everett's Crossing.
It's Everett's Crossing, right?
Yeah, Everett's Crossing.
Alright, lead on to the witch. Thank you, Master Wolf Smith.
Is your designation Wolfgang or Burger?
For you, Burger.
Oh.
Master
Do you
Burger.
call your children sliders?
And I'm moving away.
Yeah. I'm pushing so dear. No, Jin, this way. Jin, come back. Jin, come on.
What?
Yeah, come on.
Evanop, where the fuck are you going?
We were going to see the witch. I thought
No, you follow the river.
we go out of town.
Yeah, you follow the river.
Are you alright?
You know what? Screw this.
Wind power.
Okay, all right.
We follow
all
the
right.
river.
All right,
Going
hang
to the
hang
river.
on, hang on.
Do we need a boat?
Never got my
Nope.
We already
It-
started running before they answered.
If you look at the regional map again, Aliana's hut follows the river that starts at Everett's Crossing and leads into the marshes of mist.
Are there any like little paddle boats or anything that will take us there, or do we have to walk?
Walk. It's because it's actually more of a stream where it starts. It does actually kind of form a full river by the time you get to Aliana's, but
And it's green, so I got thrown off.
that's green. I guess it is kind of a greenish blue, isn't it?
It is. That's why,
Oh, okay.
that's why I got confused.
Wait, what?
Wait, what?
Wait. Is this the Good Witch?
In a manner of speaking.
Did we kill her sister?
No.
No.
No. Oh no.
No. It's
Wow.
not a rat witch. No.
Are they?
Oh.
She's in the wolf?
And technically, you didn't do anything, Jen. We're the ones who killed the rats. Oh,
Look,
man.
we know the previous letters at the end of the thing. I quit. Let's go to the Good Witch's house.
This unit has learned much of the humor index.
That's a joke.
So, by the time you actually get to Aliana's place, considering how much traveling you're all doing, I'm gonna say it's well into the afternoon.
Got here faster and paddleless, so that's all I'm saying.
Were there sections where they were walking through like up to like calf deep water, so it was the marshes?
No, the marshes are further southeast.
Oh.
You weren't actually walking in the water.
Okay.
So, I say, you all should see yourselves up at the top.
Yeah, we approached the house.
Okay. And as you all are approaching, you see a rather well-dressed, attractive half-elf and a black cat that's sitting next to her.
Oh, dear.
I will.
Hey.
Yeah. Wow. I was going to avoid the obvious joke, but S147 got there first.
She,
Who?
Kojir, I give you absolute permission the next time we're cooking around the fire, look at the pan and be like, hey, S147.
Really?
Actually,
Alright.
wouldn't
This unit isn't a cooking mechanism.
Oh, I'm going to totally let Evanok take the lead on this one because I don't want to get anywhere near a witch.
Okay.
I'm glad you clarified that as a cat, because I totally thought it was a fucking rat. And I was going to totally be like,
You sent the rat.
roll intimidation.
yeah, no, that is a cat.
that is what they like.
If you zoom in,
Aggressive.
you'll see it's a cat.
It's a meow meow. I can't
So-
confirm.
She kind of waves at you all. I was wondering when you all were going to grace my doorstep.
Well, your things appear. More
Hmm?
book.
Oh, sorry.
Oh.
I'm gonna walk around all the males and walk up to her and be like, "Good day, my lady. We were informed to come to seek your guidance over a situation that we are currently dealing with. It seems that
She kind of looks you up and down, and then kind of smirks. By all means.
we are hunting possible werewolves. I'll just cut to the chase.
Ah, well, that does explain a few things.
The Hetfields lost their youngest, Jeffrey.
It
And
wasn't his
we were-
youngest. It was actually second oldest.
Jeffrey, and we are investigating his murder. From what
Oh,
we can
sorry to hear about the boy. I was expecting to start seeing him soon, but well.
Alright, so I am standing in front of this beautiful witch.
Yep.
She's beautiful.
Yes, she is actually. She is quite lovely.
And being very nice and kind and asking her for assistance.
So, a werewolf. Well, that would explain why I can't find any wolfsbane anywhere around.
Well, but
What
we
if-
think it's a werewolf. We're still investigating.
What three-legged dire wolf?
Is a wolfsbane a unit that can be acquired?
The jeweler, not the jeweler.
Well,
That's what wolf games.
Wolfsbane is a plant that is rather harmful to werewolves and is used in potions to help quill, if not cure, or kill them. Usually it grows... I'm sorry?
And you haven't been able to find any?
Usually it grows at least closer to the mountains. I usually try to make sure at least some grows closer to the marshes, but yes, the last time I went herb collecting, I could find none. I'd say...
I ask when that was?
Huh?
May I ask when that was?
Last week, I believe.
So, would you say that it was before the cattle mutilation started going down?
Well, it's possible that it was. I hadn't been looking for wolfsbane specifically up until just recently. So I'm not entirely sure exactly how long they've been gone. But, regardless, I have something else that I believe will help you all immensely.
We greatly appreciate anything we can get.
I have a special, I guess you could call it a salve, that you can apply onto your weapons. And for a short time, they will be encased in silver.
That should be most useful.
And what is the time frame on that? What is the duration?
Well, that depends on how strong of a batch. I think I've got only one vial that'll last an hour. Most of them will last about 5-8 minutes, maybe. So
This would work well for y'all, but a salve would do great for my greatsword.
for the what?
He has a weapon, and I think he wants to be able to get it enhanced.
Correct.
We talked to the smithy, and he advised us to come to you because we were looking to get silvered weapons.
Old Wolfgang sent you to me? Oh, I am touched. I am touched. Oh.
Well,
She looks down at her cat. Midnight, we are going to have to send him something special. And the cat looks up and is like, "Well, all right. Well, if you don't mind waiting here for just a moment, let me go check my stores and see just how many vials I have."
absolutely. Thank you so much.
While she's doing that, 147 looks at the cat.
Do you also play banjo?
The cat looks up at you and then just turns and walks away.
I know exactly how they feel. I do that all the time.
I'm gonna look back at Kojiro and be like, "Come over here. Come here. Hey, where did the Jin come? Oh man."
I was keeping an eye out for him. He was back there somewhere.
Jinhori, it is not strategically advantageous to play hide and seek.
Yeah, you do that.
Oh, fuck, I'm bleeding.
I mean, that's bad, but the way he said it. It's like, oh shit, I'm bleeding. Son of a... Wow. But by the way, Howard, just real quick, how does your character feel about roses?
I mean, by any other name?
Okay. I'm asking because you're actually your character is standing right next to a large rose bush.
That's fine. I mean,
So.
as long as they're not attacking me.
No.
Take a couple minutes to
Not yet.
smell the roses.
Which would bring the
Right?
cat? It's away.
The wind always brings allergies, so he must be used to this by now.
The wind only brings to me what I wish it to bring.
I'm not touching that with a 50-foot pole.
Like a fully cooked burrito just flies out of nowhere. And just
Did you know
God damn it.
Jin Hari actually one of his cousins is a full Jin. He's actually an assassin. He's silent but deadly.
That's
Okay, so Aliana comes back out. As it just so happens, I have 7 vials. And for you all,
It will be used to kill something that killed a child.
I will sell them for 4 gold apiece.
I have 10, so I can take 2.
This unit would also like to take 2.
Okay.
And my last 2 gold, I hold them out.
Enough. If you use your last 2 gold, you can buy a third.
Yes, that's a great idea. We can get one for. And I kind of nod back, like, don't say
Think this-
anything. But
The thing is, 99.9% of what I do is spell casting. So
Yeah.
unless I can, like, I don't know, spit it at them.
I wouldn't recommend that.
well,
Is Kojir and 147 are our frontliners, whereas you and Jinhari would probably benefit better from having the arrows as opposed to the soul.
True.
yeah, yeah.
Because they have a
But
cross.
she said I could put this. I could dip my crossbow arrows in, or the heads in them, and then it would last like 8 minutes. You said.
Actually, it'll last probably about 5 minutes, but yeah, 1 vial, you'll actually be able to do about 50 rounds.
So I will get one.
They're worthwhile.
Okay.
I will get the remaining.
Jinhari, you should buy him directly.
No, literally, I just tossed some coins, a couple coins, come rolling across the grass towards you guys. Be like, I'll take one.
You see my eyes just slipped up and I pounce on it.
Okay. So 2, 4, 5, 6,
6
7.
days.
So that is all 7 vials. So she hands them all between S147 and Evanok. She takes the gold, and I will see what I can do about crafting up some more in case you all need. And
Well,
if you
Thank you.
have any other potion needs or other needs, come visit.
Do you do maintenance?
She actually kind of looks you up and down. She's like, I would be willing to try to find out.
This unit
I walk
will-
up. Do you know how to give good chin scritches?
She
And on that note, I
she smiles like chin scritches, head pats, you name it.
okay, yeah.
147 found his favorite person. Not 147. Sorry, Kojir found his. I completely fucked that up there. That's right. You're now awesome. 147.
No.
Cat, I'm S-Cat.
You're Kitty 7.
S-Keast.
No.
Okay, I'm gonna call it there
All right. Okay.
because yeah.
You just walk.
Okay. Don't forget to mark in your all's equipments that you have the silver balm.
The bomb. Okay.
It is the bomb.
Balm.
The fucking ball, bro.
And I
They would
have-
never make an atomic bomb. They may make an atomic bong.
From Dark Souls.
Thank you guys for showing up. We love you.
Yes, thank you all, and catch you in 2 weeks.
Later.
Bye.
All right, guys, later.
Have a good night, Howard. Take care.